Welcome back to Critical Condition Sports. My name is Jose Matos, and I am your host. And to my right, left, wherever, however this thing is planning out here, I have my partner in crime, Jonah Rawls from Behind the Grind. How you doing, Jonah?
Doing pretty good, man. Can't complain.
Awesome, brother. And now we're back with another episode, the latest episode of The Return of the Ultimate Fighter. This is the review for The Return of the Ultimate Fighter, Season 29, Episode 7, folks. Obviously, if you already seen the show, be careful because we are going to be talking about spoilers. We're going to talk about the result and our thoughts on this week's episode. However, if you already seen the show, you're going to continue. Please feel free to leave this video a like. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. All right, let's get to it, brother. So, Episode 7, man. Kind of again, it's kind of been routine right now with what we thought of, when it comes to this show. Obviously, you could tell that there's been a massive miss, man, with the coaches. Again, people like watching the show for fights, tournament style fighting, who wins, who's the baddest man on the planet. But we also like some drama, man. When Connor and Uriah Faber were on the Ultimate Fighter and you saw Connor through glasses and stuff like that, obviously the show's not about that. But didn't that make the show just more interesting, compelling for audiences, man? Seriously, like
Definitely, yeah. Like, I mean, it's all about watching fights and all that, but you'd be lying if you say you didn't want to see a little bit of like beef, in between the fighters.
definitely. So it's kind of made the show drag out a little bit. Obviously, the fight quality has definitely improved, and we're gonna get to that in a sec. Quality has definitely improved as the episodes have gone on, but obviously you still miss a little bit of drama. We start off the show. Dan and Ricky again. Last episode, Dan unfortunately lost. They were in a battle. They were in a war, and obviously you saw some camaraderie there between the two men, which is always nice to see. After that, man, nothing really to go with until we got to the fight prep. Is there anything that stuck out to you?
Not really. I mean, it's hard to. There's nothing that stuck out just because on top of already not having drama in the season at all, these two already knew each other, and they were already friends. They're roommates in the house, so it's like, I mean, it probably is going to be one of the most boring fight preps as far as drama goes. Like,
Of
there's
course,
going to be none, bro. These guys already know each other. Like, they're I would call them friends outside of this. Like, and
professionals too.
exactly, professionals. Yeah, they both understand what's going on. It's not personal, so it's just like, just kind of annoying. But I mean, hey, like leading up to another fight, so you can't complain.
Definitely. So obviously the fight prep still come on, it stays routine right here with the show. Obviously you get to see home videos for both fighters. This week's fight was Brady Heisten versus Josh Redenhouse. So the fight prep again, you got to see their home life, inside their lives, whatever they wanted to show you, the audience. Fight prep, we got both coaches' takes on this. Obviously, everyone's trying to hype up their boy for each team, so we're prepared for that. But let's get to the fight, man. Let's get to the fight, this thing here, because in my opinion, this was the best fight of the season so far. Best
I
fight.
agree. Yeah,
We thought last week's fight was a
last
top
week's
was
was
a top
good.
notch,
Yeah,
and now we saw them build up to this. Man, this was a really good fight, and it was
yeah.
again the best fight of the season. Uh, I can truthfully tell you, man. Watching the Ultimate Fighter through 28 previous seasons, man, this is would probably, in my opinion, would go down as a top 10 fight, top 12 fight in the history of the show, man. I only say top 12 because maybe there's a couple I'm missing. Again, to each his own. To me, though, it's a top 10 fight that I've seen on the show, man. What did you think, man,
It
overall?
was it was definitely a banger, dude. When Hunsinger first came out, or I'm sorry, Highstand first came out. He came out not Hunsinger. It was
Yeah,
I
it's high
wow.
stand. Yeah,
I'm
yeah, you're
mixing
good.
up. Yeah, Highstand. But when Brady came out and he threw like that little 1-2 and landed immediately, I was like, ooh. And then from there, it was just like immediate pressure, and then the takedowns. It was like entertaining grappling to watch too. Sometimes you get guys who were just like they'll hug you along the cage, and it's like like I get it, but I kind of wish there was more going on. They were all action for the most part. They were actively trying to go for a finish, not just sit there. So it was dope, man.
Definitely. Now, the first round starts off right, and Brady's a little bit more aggressive. He's I'm not gonna say he's not dominating that round, but you can definitely tell coming out of that first, he was doing more in that round.
Definitely,
10-9.
definitely,
He's up 1-0 on
definitely.
there, and I just didn't really see enough from Josh. He's weathering the storm. He's getting through the fight emotions there. I guess maybe it's all in his head,
Yep.
and obviously, unfortunately, to me, that's something that's going to come back to haunt him. But Brady's more aggressive. He's again putting up against the cage. Obviously, for people that don't know this, in fighting, and maybe Joe, if I'm wrong here, you normally have a guy pushed up against the fence. You're pretty much winning the fight there. The judges are giving you the fight. You're pretty much being the aggressor while the other guy's defending. Remember, folks, if you're defending for the most part, you're losing. So going into the second round, I just didn't know what we were going to see from Josh. He lit him up in the second round, brother. He landed a very intense
Mhm.
knee on him. And I mean, you just see that hip
Yeah.
thing connect, man. And
Mhm.
you saw just blood started gushing on Brady, started
Mhm.
connecting, man. But I was
Mhm.
very shocked, Jonah. I was very shocked here. And this is what my problem is. And I'll tell people here, the Ultimate Fighter, I don't care what other sport you're in, man. It's the toughest tournament in sports, man. I don't sure the World Cup is something different and it's every 4 years and it's prestige, but I'm talking about the toughest tournament. This tournament is meant to weed out people that can't overcome certain things like fear, can't overcome friendship, can't overcome obstacles, mental obstacles. It's meant to like pull out who truly is the ultimate fighter, who can truly rise above every single challenge. And with Josh, man, here's the thing, man. He had him hurt, man. He had him hurt. And I just felt like he wasn't capitalizing on certain opportunities because at that point, Brady was surviving, bro. It was survival mode. And I don't blame him, man. He got clocked. And you heard Ortega's corner tell him, finish,
Mhm. He's
finish,
hurt. He's hurt.
finish,
He's hurt. He's
finish.
hurt.
He's
Yeah.
hurt. And I just didn't see that same tenacity and energy, man. Let me know, man. Do you agree or
I
disagree with me, man?
I agree. When I was watching it, I wasn't thinking that actively because I was just enjoying the fight. It was a
Mhm.
good one. But like afterwards, I was like, dang, that was a couple times because you wonder what they think, right?
Of
Because
course.
obviously while you're watching it, you're like what are you doing? Like you could finish him. Like all it takes, like take some power off your punches and like just start dropping some shots on him. Anything that touches him, just anything like chaos is gonna put him away. So it's like as you're watching it, it's like this could totally be ended, but you wonder if he's thinking like, okay, I just landed my best shot. If that's not putting him away, maybe I should like just calm down a little bit and try and like pick my shots more. And I agree with you 100%, but I'm saying maybe that's what he was thinking because that's the only thing that I can think. Whenever guys, because I've asked guys this before when I interview them, like
Of course.
when you land your best shot and it doesn't even affect them, like how does it feel? And they're like, well, like it sucks because you start doubting yourself. Like you start doubting, okay, maybe I can't put this guy away, and then like it starts to creep in that doubt, that maybe you can't like finish this guy. So then you kind of sit there a little bit and wait, and you're hesitant, picking your shots, stuff like that. So maybe that's what happened. But if it's I 100% agree with you. There were times when Brady was very hurt. He landed an elbow too that
Yeah, and
was
right in the face,
very
bro.
clean, very clean. I mean, looked like it should have put anyone away. And I agree with you. If you just put more on, I think he definitely could have finished him. But yeah, whatever the reason was, it just he didn't go for it, man.
Definitely. And now, like, obviously, we don't know what they're thinking. Obviously, easier
Of
said than
course,
done, right? That's the
of
saying.
course, of
And
course.
but I'll tell you this, man. Like, so, like, I just folks, I watch this thing with my girlfriend, right? She's getting into this, and she'll give me a casual fan's perspective. That's why I like doing these reviews and stuff because I give you a take from a guy that I respect, who's MMA's opinion, like yourself, myself, who I watched the sport for a long time and watched the show, and then I get a casual person who doesn't really know what the hell's going on, who's
Right, right.
watching, as far as like the history of UFC. She's just watching the fight. She's not committed or knowing these fighters. She's
Invested.
just watching an
Yeah.
episode for entertainment purposes. So let's see, right?
Yeah.
So I get her perspective, and she's like watching this, right? And she tells me, why isn't he like jumping the gun? Like, why is he slowing down on him? Like, is he tired? Like, my girlfriend gave me this perspective, like maybe he doesn't want to finish his friend. And you know
Maybe
what? Like I was thinking of that too. And that kind of, to be honest, folks, that kind of made the most sense to me.
that might
Obviously,
be
she's
it.
a casual, right? And she's telling me this, but it really sunk into perspective though, Jonah. Like he wasn't
Definitely.
jumping the gun. He wasn't jumping the gun. He slowed up. Maybe he was tired, right? Maybe he was tired. I don't know, right? So
Yeah.
it felt like obviously going into that finishing that second round, I thought, again, 1919, I had, Brady win one round. Josh clearly won the second round.
Yeah.
Volk's reaction, I was like, brother, your boy is literally cut up, torn to shreds. Like his face
Yeah.
was bleeding, bro. It was so
He was
intense.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
he was
definitely
cut,
busted
bro.
up.
And did you
Definitely
see
busted
Volk's
up.
reaction? Is like, what? I was
Yeah.
like, brother, like, I understand. And here's the thing, folks. There's a lot of things that go into scoring a fight. Damage is one of them, man. I mean, you could clearly tell that Brady was fudged up, to
Yeah.
say it like that here.
He was
Fudged
definitely
up, man. He was
he was
cut in different spots. He was bleeding.
definitely.
I mean, this was a grueling freaking fight after
Mm.
2 rounds, man. And I was so glad the judges gave it a third round. And
Yeah,
respectfully
definitely.
so, they got a third round. What did you think of that third round, man?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be more of the same
Okay.
because normally when you see like round one in one guy's direction and he's like being the more active guy, and then round two, the other dude starts coming back, after he weathered the storm, he starts teeing off. Normally in that third round, it's just more of the same. That guy teeing off. And he did tee off a couple times, but it obviously leaned, in my opinion, leaned more towards Brady, just because he seemed like he was a little bit more like he looked like he caught a second wind a little bit. He wasn't as behind on the striking exchanges. He obviously got a couple takedowns, right? Yeah,
Well, he
how
did.
many
He did. But the interesting part, Jonah, was
got right back up?
for about 2 minutes into that third round, I had Josh winning, bro. Josh was
Really?
hitting him,
Okay.
and then he
Yeah.
just slowed down. And then that's when Brady, I guess, got his composure.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I felt like that more. Did you ever feel like he was just holding him and just trying to survive, and trying to
Yeah,
maintain a
a little
position?
bit. Yeah, I mean, dude, after
Yeah,
after
I
the
mean,
first 10 minutes, I mean, I might
I
be
mean,
trying to hold on too.
he was hurt, brother.
Yeah. Oh, he was totally hurt. Absolutely. I mean, that second round, dude, it was all Josh. It wasn't even close.
I
Like
was surprised, man. He just flipped. It's like he flipped the switch.
yeah, man. He just, I guess in that corner, he was like, all right, whatever. Round three, here we come, and just completely changed it. And then you wonder if Volk is maybe giving him some better advice or something, or
Yeah.
maybe if that's just him, maybe that was all him. So, but yeah, man, I was pleased with the fight. It was good. I didn't think, obviously, Josh is no longer gonna be fighting, but like, I don't know, he was good, man, and his experience definitely showed
Oh,
100%.
definitely. Definitely. I just, man, I wonder though, man. I wonder if it was, maybe the friendship held him back a little bit, man, from
Yeah,
pulling that trigger. We'll never know. Only he
yeah,
knows that.
yeah.
Because again, there are some spots where I'm like, Josh, what are you doing, brother? Like, this is it. Like, you
Mhm.
have this dude. You have this dude. Like he's
He
he's
landed
he's
he landed like a
hmm,
straight one time where he kind of like started wobble, like he didn't wobble super bad, but he like kind of backed up, and I was like, "Ooh."
bro. I
and then
don't
he
but
and
what
then
was
he
I gonna say?
shot for yeah, he then he shot for a takedown, and I was like, "Oh, he's probably hurt." Like normally when guys get hit and they kind of back up and then go for a takedown, it's like
They're trying to
that's a
buy
panic.
time.
That's a panic shoot.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
that's like yeah. So I thought a couple times where he shot, I was like, "Ooh, he might be hurt." But yeah, man, for whatever reason, he didn't go for it.
Impressiveness with Brady though. He can take a shot, bro.
Resilient. I was gonna say the
Took a
chins, bro.
shot, brother. He didn't give a
Golly.
crap.
No, and he never got knocked down. Like I mean, he was a couple times was stunned, like we said, but he never really seemed like he was like really
Completely
close
out
to
of it.
going out. Yeah, yeah. He was definitely in danger a few times, but I mean, that dude, the uppercuts, by the way, man, the dude was landing so many uppercuts, and it just like uppercut after uppercut after uppercut. And it was like, how many can this dude take before he goes down?
Definitely.
So
Now it was a split decision.
yeah,
Brady won. I thought that Brady was going to win the fight just because he ended the fight strong.
yeah.
For about 2 minutes of that third round, I had Josh winning.
Hmm.
And I don't know if he gassed out, but Brady was just being resilient, man. And props to
Hmm.
Brady. It's not Brady's fault. Like,
Yeah,
and I can go back to tell you that why didn't Josh finish it, right? That's not Brady's fault, man. I mean, you got to
of
do your job. Brady was
course.
resilient, found a way to weather the storm, found his way to end up on top, ending that round. And he got the split decision victory. I had it Brady winning. Did you have it the same?
Yeah, I had Brady.
Okay, so it
I
was
thought
it
it
was
was
a
I
good
thought it was
finish.
close. Yeah, I thought it was close. I didn't think it would be split, to be honest. But
No, okay.
yeah, I thought it was close,
Judges.
but I thought it was enough. I thought it would be unanimous 29-28 just because I mean, I thought that round was Brady, but split. I mean, that was kind
I
of
mean, but
scary,
it's
bro.
as close. It's as close as a fight gets, man.
Yeah, that's
On
true.
the
Yeah,
Ultimate
yeah.
Fighter, man. Like
Yeah.
you had each guy shining in each round,
Mhm.
and then again, 2 minutes. It's a 5 minute round, so
Yeah.
2 minutes of one guy looking like he's gonna win, and then another 3 minutes of the other guy weathering the storm and
Yeah.
taking it. I
Close.
mean, it's a good fight, man. This was a
Yeah,
fantastic fight.
definitely.
Fortunately for Josh, his dream ends right there. The road ends there. Chances were, man, if he won, his dream was probably going to end because of that nasty cut that he had above his eyebrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it was tough. But Brady did his thing, man. He took care of business, and now we're seeing the momentum turn for
Yeah.
Team Volkanovski's team.
What
Now
is
it's
is
four
it
three,
4-3?
four three, and
Go.
obviously, like I told you, like I hope we get some parity to this,
Mm,
man. You want to see an even playing field, or at least a 5-3,
definitely.
man,
Yeah,
because it'll
at
give
least
you
close,
enticing. Yeah, it'll give you the enticing team versus team thing. Because then it doesn't turn. It goes from Team Volk versus Team Ortega to just Team Ortega
Yeah,
versus Team
yeah,
Ortega. And you
yeah,
don't want that, man. And those
yeah,
make for boring shows. And obviously, we need something exciting to keep us
yeah.
going, in this season. So messed up on the coaches, guys, but you know what? Whatever. We're getting quality fights here. Fantastic prospects, athletes here, man. Obviously, we're watching fights like this. This kind of makes up for the drama, man, especially for us fight fans. Fantastic fight. Next week's fight, Valley Boy Gilbert Urbina versus Miles Hunsinger. Miles Hunsinger
Hunter.
is from Vegas. He trains at Extreme Couture. A couple guys like that I've had on the show, Corey Hendricks, vouches for him. Really good guy. Miles Hunsinger's undefeated. Gilbert Urbina grew up 30 minutes from where I'm originally from, the Rio Grande Valley.
Hey.
So I'll be cheering for homeboy, even though he's on Volk's team. He's a Valley boy. He's from Westaco, Texas. He's 6-1. The only loss he's ever suffered is against Sean Brady, who Jonah isn't a bad guy to lose to, man.
Elite.
It's a
Yeah,
lot of no one beat Sean Brady yet.
not
So
a bad loss to have.
yeah, so I mean, it's going to be a very banger of a fight. Obviously, there's some drama to it. Miles Hunsinger may not even fight, as we saw in the preview. So, folks, whether how legitimately serious this is, we don't know. As Jonah and I have talked about, folks, the camera likes to twist certain things. It may not be as crazy bad. It might just be an easy as a yes or no question kind of a decision. Who knows? Obviously, stay tuned for next week. But after next week, that'll close up the first round matchups. We should be getting next week the semifinal matchups to see who's next, man. And it's gonna be
I
a great show. I'm excited for it. Here's the thing now, and real quick before we end this, Jonah, we have the field though for the bantamweights, 135 pounders. That's what that is. Four of them already advancing here. Now, in your opinion, and I didn't ask you this, so obviously it might be put on the spot here. Who's your Can you rank the four guys that are left though, in your opinion?
All right.
Because
So
I'll,
let's
I'll tell you
see.
mine. I'll tell you mine, and that
Go
way you
ahead.
can get an idea here.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Go
think
ahead.
the number one guy to me is Vince Murdoch. Came
Okay.
out there, finished his
Hmm.
fight fast, took care of business, and he's got a lot of experience, got a lot of fights there. The second guy is Ludwig. I think Ludwig's got a
Ludwig,
very
yeah.
dominant trait in wrestling. 2-round, 3-round fights in this kind of tournament. That wrestling stuff, we've seen a lot of wrestlers get by with it.
Yeah.
And my third ranked guy would be Ricky. Ricky's very sporadic and crazy, but I think stylistically, a Vince or a Ludwig can beat him. And
Hmm.
Brady's my fourth guy, man. Brady's my fourth guy.
Brady. Okay.
So yeah, Brady's my fourth guy on there. So I just, even though he wasn't the best fight here, I
Yeah.
just think he took a lot of damage going into this tournament, and that's a real
Mm-mm.
big thing. And I feel like, I mean, again, he got tagged a lot by Josh, who's an older
Def-
guy,
Definitely.
a younger Vince Murdoch, or
Yeah.
Ludwig, who has
Might
a
not
dominant
be
trait,
so.
can
Might not be so hesitant.
yeah. So I mean, do you agree or disagree with that, man?
Yeah,
Or
I
how do you
think,
misplace him?
man, I was gonna put Ricky at one, but then once you said Ludwig and who was it? It was Ludwig
Vince
and
Murdoch.
Murdoch. Yeah. Once you said those guys, I was like, oh wait, because Ludwig, I don't know, that matchup might not favor Ricky.
They're
I would
not.
say, I would say, I would say Murdoch at one. I got to go with Ricky at two,
Okay.
then Ludwig, and then
Brady.
Brady. Yeah.
Crazy, man. Brady had like the
Yeah.
best fight, but still,
Yeah.
it gives you cause to pause, man. Again, the
I,
tournament is so grueling, bro.
and again, you don't know how Reddinghouse compares to like Murdoch. Like we don't know how much better he is at like on his feet than like these other guys. So I don't know. Like he might get pieced up in his next one, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll make you a prediction here. I'll make
All
you a
right.
prediction,
The
Mystic
Mystic, the
Matos.
Mystic
Ready? Let's try
Matos,
this here.
Mystic Matos.
Because I took Brady to win this fight last week, and I told you. I've been right except for the Dan thing. The Dan thing was
Yeah,
I picked with my
heartbreaking.
heart. Whatever, it happens, right? But I think that if Murdoch and Ludwig, I think both of those guys match up really well against the Volk boys. I think we might get a sweep here, man. I think we might get
Really?
an Ortega
Think so?
sweep here.
All right.
I like Murdoch against Ricky, man. I like Murdoch against what's his name, Brady. I
Ready?
like Ludwig against Ricky. I like
Yeah.
Ludwig against Brady. So
Ludwig and Ricky. That's like
that'd be a sick. I mean, they're all sick fights, man. I'm very
yeah.
excited. If it
Definitely.
stands like this, because we don't know what may happen, I like Ortega to sweep it. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, that's why
We'll
we
see.
watch the show. That's why they do these fights.
Right.
I told a friend of mine that the guys that people had ranked as the favorites to like win the show, all of them have lost except for Vince Murdoch. So
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter how
Murdoch's
much
something
research you
special.
do into these guys. It's a
Last
different
man
story when they're in the
standing.
house. So we'll see, brother. Is there anything else you want to let the audience know before we sign off?
Nah, man, just excited for next week. We'll see if that injury is real or not.
Yeah, we'll see how real it is, and we anticipate getting the semifinal matchups announced next week, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back next week with another review, folks. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.